Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to my new Women with Mojo conversation series with extraordinary, inspirational women over 40. I'm Jill Lebofsky, the Midlife Mojo Master, and I started my company, Midlife Mojo, to help support midlife women over 40. My mission is to help them with natural solutions in all areas of their life. Because having mojo isn't just about looking good and feeling good. It's also about doing good, which is why I started this series. Midlife Mojo isn't just about surviving these transitional years, but thriving naturally. And I wanted to share with you some women who are already out there doing good in the world, sharing their light with others and sharing their gifts. And I'm really excited to share my gift with you tonight. There is a link in the post when it came on for you to click on. If my streaming service has not captured your name yet, please do that so we can see who's talking to us in the chat. And at the end, we will go back to the chat if we have time and answer some questions. If not, we will certainly get to them later. But tonight, I'm going to take this off. Hold on. There we go. All righty. So I am very excited tonight to introduce to you my guest, Joy Ruffen, who I'll bring on in just a minute, but let me tell you a little bit about her. Joy attended the worldwide leading school in fashion, the Fashion Institute of Technology, studying fashion design as well as fashion buying and merchandising. Joy launched her career as a fashion buyer in the Big Apple, New York City, for a well-known, renowned specialty store. Joy was selected to attend the executive training, which led to being the first female Black buyer for a leading store in New York City. She was recruited by Vogue and traveled throughout the country as a fashion rep, doing seasonal fashion shows for Neiman Marcus, Bergdorf, Saks Fifth Ave, Macy's, Bloomingdale's, and many other boutique and specialty stores. Today, professional women in their second act hire her to amp up their wow factor. I love that, her wow factor. Joy's mission as a signature style specialist and professional speaker is all about inspiring ageless professional women, empowering them with their own passion, potential, and purpose. Her online style consulting business promotes the lady within on how to exhibit an image that fits their personality and successful lifestyle. She shares her love of style, not fashion. So here we go. Let's bring on Joy. All righty, there you are.
See the countdown. I'm happy to be here. I want to meet Joy.
Don't y'all? We all want to be filled with joy. That's what it is, I think. Absolutely, absolutely. And so, for those of you who are just watching, I actually met Joy a few years ago. We were both speakers at an event, and then we've just been in each other's lives professionally ever since. And Joy, I was reading your whole bio and I'm like, I knew none of this about you. My goodness, what an I knew you were an accomplished woman. I just didn't know what those accomplishments were. My goodness, you have a wonderful journey to get to where you are now. I love that.
And so thank you. Thank you. You know, we're all on a journey. It's all about the journey.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I love that we shared a little bit about you professionally, but I think especially for my guests, for my viewers, I'm sorry, we're all women over 40 and we're looking for, really connecting with people. And I think especially right now in this day and age, connection is important. And so sometimes knowing something about somebody that nobody else knows, or just a little something that nobody would expect, it's just like gives you a little insight. So I would love if you've got anything just to share, maybe something that I didn't read that maybe you could share with us that tell us what's all about you.
Thank you, Jill. I'm really honored to be here with you because, we have this mutual admiration society, and I will answer your question. But before I do, I'd love to compliment you because I feel that we're on the same page, reading the same book, maybe on a different page, because your title, Midlife Mojo Women, I'm working with women who are in their second act, second chapter, midlife, however you want to label it. And for me, Jill, it's more like a movement for numerous reasons, which we will discuss. But something that someone or most people don't know about me is that I'll give you like more or less 2-3 things. One is that as a young girl, when my parents separated, I was very, very troubled, and I became almost a juvenile delinquent girl. And that's why I volunteer with juvenile delinquent girls today. I get their anger, their hurt, and their pain. And the second thing that I'll share with you is that I love astrology. Some people poo-poo it and they say, ugh. But for me, it was somewhat of a lifesaver when I was so troubled and distressed, and I read all these beautiful things about my sign. And I said, I want to find out more about that, about me. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is that for me, being in a community, a family environment is essential to my whole sense of being. And that's why I'm working now to empower women, because I get where we're at, where we're going, and it's our time.
Absolutely. I love that. And so I had just talked in one of my Midlife Mojo Mondays, we talked about volunteering and how actually they've shown that seniors who volunteer live longer. So what a wonderful thing that you're doing. Absolutely. I love that. So, like you said, we are kind of doing the same thing, but from helping women in slightly different ways. Exactly. But it is all about, in general, helping us thrive through these midlife years. And yes. And a lot of them my women they're empty nesters, they're newly retired, or still, they're in this period of transition. Right. So, a lot of women you see through your day, right? I'm assuming you've got a lot of these same women in transition, and they're just kind of lost. They're lost in their health, and they're probably lost in their well-being, their physical well-being. So why do you think that is?
Well, I think there are numerous reasons for it. And I love the way you phrase that, because I think women, however you label them, second act, second chapter, midlife, many feel that they become invisible and that they're no longer viable, vital, and vibrant. So they either go one or two directions. And that's why I say what I do is more like a movement, because Jill, what happened to most of us, our upbringing, our culture, we were not given permission to be the powerful women that we are. And ladies that we are. We were brought up more or less and geared to please men and to be the ideal whatever for men. Those days are over, and we love men. We adore men. I have the best hubby in the whole world for me. But yet, by the same token, too many of us dropped off. I love the movies. I'm a movie buff. We went over to the dark side. I love the Star Wars. And so we lost ourselves. And so many of us, we lost our sense of confidence, our sense of presence, our own sense of style. And we got caught up in the pretty, the new, the popular, the trendy. We want to be in. We want to be accepted, embraced. And fashion does not give you that. It's only when you develop your own signature style that's indelible to you, your style, contingent upon your lifestyle, your body shape, your personality, and all the other variables, are you able to go anywhere, arrive at any occasion or event, and stand in your power. And that's what I'm about. And that's why I say it's more like a movement. And that's why it's so important to me to connect with women, because I've been there and I know what it's like.
I can feel your passion for this, without a doubt, when you talk. And when you say that movement, I'm ready. Like, I'm running with you. I'm ready to go with you. Absolutely. And so you had mentioned, I said it in your bio, and you're kind of talking about that now, that even though you're a personal stylist, fashion is not what you teach. No. It's this style. So can you talk about that a little bit more? Like, what would you say is the difference between the two?
Well, here, I'd love to. May I share a little story with you, Jill?
Oh, please.
When I was in New York, at the Fashion Institute of Technology, as a young, teeny, tiny little tot, I loved the school and I enjoyed every moment of it, because I come from this family of women who were very, very much into fashion, style, and Sunday church going women, and deep, deep in the Bible Belt. And there's another part of that, but I'm not going to go there today. But when and one of my teachers in junior high and the home economics class said to me, Joy, you have a special eye for this. You've got a natural knack for this. I think you should get to the Fashion Institute of Technology and take up design. You make a great designer. There's something about you. I can see it. I feel it. Well, I was on my way to becoming the worst juvenile delinquent you'd ever seen in your life. So she opened up my world. She gave me a sense of purpose and so on. So I get to the school, and my first year there, one of my instructors came over and she said, Joy, I'd love to invite you to, and I'm at the Fashion Institute of Technology, Jill, and I'm studying to be a fashion designer. She said, we're having a fashion gala. It's a dinner, an awards dinner. I'd love for you to come as my guest. I think you get a lot out of it. You learn a lot and blah, 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 because you're very good. Oh, so what did I do, Jill? Can you tell me what I did? You probably know. I did what most women do. I ran out and I bought everything new. New shoes, new handbag, new dress, new jewelry, had my hair, my makeup, everything. I go to this awards dinner. It's up on the 18th floor. I hop in a cab and I get there. Jill, the doors open and I look in and have you ever had this feeling? Maybe some women in your audience. I could have dropped from the 18th floor right down to the basement. I knew that I was all wrong in how I was dressed. Now, how did I know that? I knew that because I felt it. I saw all of these stylish, not all, but enough of them, smart women. And I knew that all this fashion stuff that I had was not right for me. I just felt it. And I know that there are many women today who are walking around and they feel the same way at different occasions and events. That was my beginning to know that it's not about fashion. It's about developing your own style, your style that no one can take from you. And that style has to have what I call the joy code. I've developed this. And that joy code is balance, harmony, and grace. And we go into this big time with my mastermind. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
It absolutely does. And, and what I'm getting from you too is that style, that's a within thing. Fashion is like on the exterior, and style is what's within, right? And so that gives hope to people like me who feel like we got no style on the outside. And I got to need people like you, because I know that I have style in the inside. I know I do. And absolutely. Something like your mastermind can be something. You gave, even right there, you gave 3 things, right? Your balance. What was the other 2?
Balance, harmony, and grace. And each of those has 3 components, 3 keys, 3 elements. Mm-hmm. And you cannot have signature style without combining those 3 in whatever look that it is you're having. I have a saying, Jill. I'm doing a speech here on Monday, and it doesn't matter. I'm talking about taste. Now, everybody has taste, right? Yeah. But there's excellent taste. There's good taste. There's poor taste. And then this is up for conversation. It's a conundrum, really. Awful and bad taste. And then there's no taste whatsoever. My friend said to me, Jill, sometimes it's better to have bad taste than to have no taste whatsoever.
That's funny. Oh, I love that. I love that. So let's talk about that for a minute, though. So when you talk about not having any taste or so forth, I think a lot of women, as they're in their 40s, are coming out of, maybe a lot of my women are coming out of like deep in the trenches of motherhood. Yes. And they've lost, we talk about that, they've lost themselves along the way. So yes. why do you think that is? Like, why do you think that especially, like, why is clothes the thing to go? Or where do you, just in general, like, why do you think that?
Well, that's a very good question. And it's loaded with lots of possibilities, because for women, we are taught, when you're young, Jill, you and I both know you can get away with murder. You can wear anything, you can go anywhere, you can do anything pretty much. Even if it's not right for you, you can get away with it. Now, when I walked through those doors and I saw what was there, I was a young girl, but I have always had this sense of fashion. Mm-hmm. So what happens to us as we age? Our body changes.
Very much.
Numerous things happen. We have babies, we raise a family, we become caretakers. Maybe we don't get to the gym as often as we'd love to. All kind, illness, many things happen. We cannot do what we did in our early years. We have to change our look and our image to fit our body shape, our personality, our lifestyle, and on and on and on. And that's not easy for women to do, because fashion, and it's very fickle. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful, but it's fickle, and it's ruled by men. And men want to do what? They want you to be sexy. They want you to be cute. And a lot of women designers get into the designing field. They don't want to be left out, so they jump on the bandwagon. They circle those wagons and they do the same thing. But once you mentioned it earlier, Jill, once you get into your own sense of self, your own sense of confidence, and you begin to know what's best and what looks right on you, you begin to build that inner power and that gene in you that says, I want to get out here and shout. I'm here and I'm ready. And that's what happens. So it's a process. It's like me, the analogy that I make, Jill, is technology. Everybody who knows me, they know, oh my God, here she comes with that technology.
Oh, we're twins on that one then.
Because I love this stuff, but I have the time because I'm not, as a young girl, I had every learning disability that you can name. Only back in the day, they didn't have names. So now, as an adult, I just say, and forget about it and just keep asking, what is that again? Tell me again. Say that again. Because there's no shame now. I understand the dynamics of what happened to me and the why. So I ask. I don't take things in the way most people take. So I became a great observer. I listen well, and then I speak. And that's why I do what I do. You and I both, I interview because I listen and I tune in and then I repeat back and inspire. So it's
and you are excellent at that. And when I was listening to you, you're in, I hadn't thought about it in this way. I was thinking, but you're talking about the industry and how it kind of goes, right? And so that's all about being sexy. And there's no issue about being sexy and feeling right. But and as we get older, sexy is a state of being, perhaps. Yes. Right. Yes. And so how can women, do you think, because I think a lot of women that I deal with, we're dealing with hot flashes, we're dealing with low libidos, we're dealing with this midlife middle, like the last thing we feel is sexy. And then you go to the stores and you look at these clothes. And so how can, why do you think, how can a woman feel desirable and be appropriate? And well, you're dealing with all these other things going on at the same time, physical things going on at the same time.
You and I could be here for the next 5 years, lifetime or whatever, because I love that question. Because sexy has very little to do with body parts. It does involve body parts, but unfortunately, the fashion industry has it now, and I'm not a prude. I'm not prudish. I'm not prissy or proper. Yet I do like high-end, the top of the line quality. I say that to say the fashion industry overall, there are always exceptions. I'm not talking about those. It's all about the cleavage. It's all about showing this. It's all about the back. I call it the 2 Bs. And unless they are showcased in a way that shows you're sexy, you're not. Well, that's a lot of hooey. Yeah. Once you get to know your body shape and all the other elements, and you get to know the fabrics with these hot flashes that I'm constantly having, and I'm way over the time for hot flashes. I don't know what the hormonal thing is with me, but they come and they go. Maybe it's the lights here. I don't know. But it's about fabrics. It's about the right styles for you. It's about knowing where you're going to be going and what to wear. And it's about if you have the right garment on for your body shape and the right fabrics and the right colors, you feel sexy. Because sexy is a feeling. It's a vibe. It's not about showcasing what you got. Yes,
everybody's got this, right?
Exactly.
Everybody's got them. So
it's not about that completely. And unfortunately for men, and there are exceptions to this, please don't get me wrong here, because there are men designers who are, they're beyond sublime in what they do. But there are a lot of them that they're only showcasing what's there to be seen for women, the 2 Bs, I call it, and more, but that's where I start. And then women because we don't want to be left out. But listen, it's our time. It's our time to stand up and take the permission that is innately ours anyway and say, I'm going to do and be who I'm here to be and the best at. That's it.
Yeah. And I love it. And it also, I was just thinking of a lot of working women, they try to dress more manly, right? Not even try sexy, but they try to do that. And they're not being there true to themselves as well. No. I see you being able to help so many different types of people. And when you were just mentioning fabrics, I was like, oh yeah, fabrics. That would be a big piece if you've got hot flashes, duh. Like things I wouldn't think about, but oh my goodness, of course, a personal stylist, that makes sense, right?
And you know how I came to that? Only here in the latter years, because in the beginning, I suffered through fabrics. But now, because of my body and what it is and how it is, I know the fabrics that I can take in. and I can utilize, and how to wear them contingent upon where I'm going and what I'm doing. Fabrics are crucial for the mature midlife, second chapter, second act woman. It's just, you can't beat it. A lot of the synthetic fabrics, you can do anything you want to do, but it depends on how you wear them. From the waist up, most of us need something that will breathe and allow us to breathe. From the waist down, contingent upon other variables, you can get away with a lot of synthetics. So
that's interesting. So speaking kind of about the clothes thing, so I'm thinking of, you know, women and where we're kind of coming from. And I was actually, today I was helping my mom. We were looking through old photos. My mom, nowadays you wouldn't know it, but I mean, back then, man, did she have style. And I sent a picture to my daughter who also has style. And she's like, I want grandma's shoes, you know, their high go-go boots, you know, and all this kind of stuff. But over the years, right, I didn't know my mom that way. I didn't know her as that person. And so for us, you know, I want to be stylish and fashionable. And so I think when we become caregivers and all that, we don't. So how can we, you know, we're home a lot, right? So you're not maybe going out to galas, or you're not maybe out in the working world anymore. You're retired, you're home, but you are going out to lunch, or you're getting on a Zoom. So where's that like medium for people who are, you know, like, how can we dress in a way that shows that we're still proud of who we are, but we're still comfortable. Like, you know, because I'm a comfortable girl, right? And so I know you don't like that word comfortable. I knew I've
No, I do. Oh, no,
okay.
No, you misconstrued, you misunderstood. Okay. No, I love comfort. I can't be involved if there's no comfort there. That's where grace comes in, because grace involves ease, comfort, and beauty. And we have gone over, I'm sorry to cut you off and interject here, but I use it again, over to the dark side with casual. And we've taken it to the extreme where it's become sloppy, and too many women are running around in leggings, jeggings, and tights. They were really and truly designed for the gym and for your own home, for odd jobs and whatever. But going out to any meaningful, impactful, networking occasion or event, leave them home and put on a pair of straight leg slacks or something. But when you talk about how can you be comfortable and still be stylish, you can do it once you know your body shape, what to wear for your body shape, because not every body shape can wear the same thing. You get to know your fabrics, you get to know your colors. And at home, if you want to put on a pair of leggings, jeggings, and tights and a top, if it's the right color and fabric and thing for you, you can still, and put on maybe a little piece of pin or jewelry, whatever it is, you can still be stylish. Stylish doesn't mean runway style. That's almost gone anyway. It means you look great and you feel great and you act the way you feel.
I love that. That gives me actually a little bit of ease, because, you know, you and I know, you know who I am. And so I am a very casual, but when you said that gone to the dark side, I know I've been there and I can be there and hang out there. And so I love that idea for my ladies to know, you know what, if you're in your own home, do what you want. But when you're going to go out, even if it's to the grocery store or
kick it up a notch,
just a drop, right? We don't have, like you said, just throw on a little pin, whatever it may be, not the jeggings, the pants.
Right. And you know, Jill, because in a way, I will admit to this, I'm not prudish and proper and all that stuff, but I am a little bit old fashioned. I am a little back in the day. I am a bit old school, but in the good way, because I love this technology and stuff. But when I say casual is the mainstream now, there's nothing wrong with casual, nothing whatsoever, but kick it up a notch, as Emerald says. Make sure that when you go out, you're going out as your best self. And your best self running around in sloppy whatever is not your best self. We, all of us, women especially, that's all I'm relating to, we should show up anywhere we have to go as our best self. That's where our innate gut level of confidence comes from. And you're not going to have it until you get to know what's inside, bring it up and awaken it and let it flow on the outside.
And I love that. And it kind of makes me think of how many women hide in their clothes.
Yes.
Right? And they don't, and I talk about that. And I think, you know, maybe you think you're hiding your belly, but really you're hiding yourself. And I noticed that for myself when I had gone, after I started perimenopause and they put on 15 to 20 pounds in a short period of time. So I wasn't used to that. I literally bought the next size up, and the other day I actually saw a couple of them left in my thing. I was like, when did I wear this? Everything was big. Everything was baggy. It made me look probably bigger than I had to be. So for women who are maybe a little bit bigger, what is just one little thing you could tell them so that they're not walking around in clothes that are two sizes bigger, thinking it's making them look smaller, or so they don't hide themselves?
That word hide.
Yeah.
That applies so much, Jill, to women who are in that second act, second chapter, midlife, because they no longer feel great about their bodies for numerous reasons. But yet, when you love that body for what it is and what it's given you and what is taken from you for whatever reason, that body is yours to adorn. So learn how to dress it.
Adorn. Adorn. I love that. It's your body to adorn. I love it.
Yes. Whatever that body has gone through. If you had a great bust line, but now after maybe 2 or 3 kids and aging, it's dropped and it's no longer boom, get a great bra and get a great top so that it still shows up, but in a different way. There's so many ways that you can still make sure that you're wearing the right garments and the right outfit for your body shape. And that's annoying. It's like me with technology. It's a time process. It's not going to happen overnight, but you have to be patient with yourself and know that you can get there. And we're not talking about spending a lot of money. We're not talking about going out and throwing everything out of your closet. No, we're talking about probably most likely going through that closet and throwing out a lot of things that don't do you any grace anymore. Remember, grace has comfort, ease, and beauty. It doesn't add to you anymore. And that's what you're looking for. Items that will enhance and adorn you. Yeah.
And does that change? I'm assuming you redo that for each season? You have or is there, I guess I'm just thinking the season. So I know up north, you start to bulk and you wear your turtlenecks and your sweaters and so forth. So you can still apply those 3 rules, I'm assuming, to each season. And
the joy code.
The joy code.
It doesn't matter where you live, what climate, what country, what culture. It doesn't matter. It still applies to whatever you wear for your signature style. You have to have balance. And what is balance? It's scale, proportion, and fit. Here's an example, Jill. The most prevalent body shape is the apple shape. How many different varieties of apples are there?
Lots.
How many different sizes of apples? If you're an apple-shaped woman, you think every apple-shaped woman can wear the same thing? If she doesn't know about proportion, scale, and fit for her body, it's not going to be the outfit for her. And you might see something on someone else and say, oh my God, that looks great. I must have that, which is what we as women do until we get our awakening. But maybe that outfit is not for you. Maybe you're looking at an inverted triangular body shape and you're a pear. It's not going to work for you. So that's why I go back to the basics and the beginnings. And by the way, I think I mentioned this to you, Jill, and I go on and on. You have to cut me off. But one of the things that happened is that I started out working as an image consultant. And by the way, there are some darn good ones out there. And a few of them I'm aligned with because I don't go to one-on-one shopping with people, but I can share with you what you go shopping for and align you with somebody to go and help you if you need help with that. But one of the reasons I stopped that is because I discovered that so many women have no clue really about their complete total body shape. And that's where you start. You got to get the good, the bad, and the ones that you want to, or the areas or the parts of your body that you want to disguise. You want to conceal a wee bit. You want to maybe put it aside in a way that it's not as obvious. And you learn how to do that. And that's an art.
It really is. And I'm listening to you now and I'm thinking of my ladies and how uneducated most of us probably are in this world. And we walk into our Macy's or our this, that, or we look online. Okay, someone said I'm a pear shaped. Okay, well and they said for pear shapes, you should wear this. So then they go and buy that. But like you said, there's a million kinds of pears, a million kinds of apples. And I want you ladies to know, so we were talking about putting ourselves first in all of this. So you hear the word personal stylist. Maybe that sounds a little hoity-toity. Ooh, a personal stylist, right? Who am I to have a personal stylist? Well, first of all, Joy is absolutely, you're down to earth, wonderful in that sense. But I hope that you're seeing the need and the reason to have one. For the average, everyday, all of us, Joe, this is not for the celebrity personal stylist. This is style for us who are just looking for this transition and needing this guidance for our new bodies. We do not know what to do with our new bodies and how to make it work. And 100%, I mean, of course, you know, you have people to help other areas of your life, and we necessarily don't always think about our clothes. And wow, you're
beautiful, Jill. Beautiful, beautiful,
absolutely,
beautifully said.
So let me ask you, so going in, you know, we've been kind of in this weird world we've been living in, right? Can't even say it in 2020, but, you know, better days are ahead, hopefully, in 2021, right? So what is your goal for women to embrace in moving forward into the new year as it comes up for them? What would you like for women over 40 to just kind of in general, you know, you talk about a movement or just in general, where you see us going?
Yes. Oh, I love this. I love this question because for me, it's like an awakening and it's a movement for women. Mm-hmm. And that movement involves coming out of the bubble. Get out of the bubble. Stop running through that maze. Put aside the Kool-Aid and get deep into what's going to showcase and exhibit you in the best light. And it's not convoluted or complicated. I'm going to give you basics and tools that you can use. And going forward, you're going to be able to walk into Macy's or Bloomingdale's or Chico's or wherever you go, and you're going to see something that's pretty, but you're going to say, oh, I love that. But that's not for me, but I bet it would be great for Jill. I'm going to tell her about it. You're going to stop just doing the pretty, new, popular, trendy, fashionable, and you're going to be geared towards only what works for you. You're going to have your color palette. You're going to know your body shape like the back of your hand, the good, the bad, and the areas that you want to conceal in the best way. So you're not going to be questionable about what it is. You're going to begin to erase a lot of the thinking, the mindset, and you're going to give yourself permission to be alluring, feminine, sexy, sensuous in the best way with the highest regard and respect.
So that I want to say, so you know that intermittent fasting, I do a lot of teaching about that, right? And so I have a lot of ladies who are going through my program right now, and their bodies are changing, and but not only on the outside, but they're changing who they feel about themselves on the inside. And I feel like that your personal style, like you're talking about, that comes out. And so you've been maybe in 2020, that was the old you, but you've transforming your body, transforming your mind, and in 2020, taking all this new you and this and learning to dress for the new you and
exactly.
into being your power. What a wonderful way to send people off into the 2020 to know their power and feel that way.
And you know what, Jill? That new you, that woman, that lady inside of each of us, she is crying to be awakened. She wants to strut out there and strut her stuff with the highest respect and demand and regard for the female and the lady and the woman that she is. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, and you're going to help them people take notice of them. I love it. I love it. So I wanted to get into a little bit about so people can get in touch with you and find you and all that. Yes. So a couple of things I have. First, I want you to share. I know you have 2 Facebook groups, so let's start there with Facebook groups.
Okay.
Tell about that first.
I have I have 2 Facebook groups and another that I'm putting into place in a different way. I have Style with Joy, which is where I will be having all of my workshops, masterminds, and sessions, one-on-one or groups. And then I have Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, which is going to segue into Style with Joy. Mm-hmm. And that's about women who are on a journey, sharing and exchanging their internal and external journeys to inspire, motivate, enlighten, and guide other women to theirs. That's the purpose and the intention. It's all about, for me, connection, because I believe that the more we are connected, the better off we are all going to be, especially women, because I'm really only concerned with women. But then I had a lot of men asking me, Jill, can I be on your show? Can you interview me? So now I have something that's called Biz to Biz with Joy, grow your business in style. Because for me, it's all about style. And I don't mean just exterior style, because with business, it's about your manner, your method, your system, and how you project and show out. And that's for men and women. And I do that on my Facebook business page. So those are the two groups, and the other kind of page that I'll be adding soon, Biz to Biz with Joy.
Okay, awesome. And ladies, as you can see, I put her website up on there. I'm sure you can, if you can find everything you need, or at least contact her if you can't find that. But I know you had mentioned when we were talking off that December 3rd, I think you said, you've got a new mastermind coming up, and I'm curious to hear more about that. So share that with us.
It's going to be, as my girls would say to me, epic. It's going to be December the 3rd, which is a Thursday. I haven't set the time yet. It's either going to be 3 or 4. I think I'm leaning towards 4 o'clock. But that mastermind is going to be an introduction to Joy, because who the heck is Joy? Who is Joy Ruffen, and what the heck does she do? Well, you're going to find out. Because if you are interested in developing your own signature style and getting the key elements, the components of signature style, then you want to be there, because I'm going to give you the lay of the land, everything. We spoke briefly here today about the Joy Code, which I've developed, and we're going to be talking a lot about that. We're going to be talking about good taste, excellent taste, bad taste, poor taste, no taste whatsoever, and how you acquire and develop your taste, because it's all about you. It's not about me. It's not about Jill. It's about you. And it's about you being bold enough and courageous enough to say, I could use a little help. Because you know why? I say that every day about me and technology. I have aligned myself with a great group of women. Without them, I would be chopped liver. So I know what it is to ask for help. And sometimes it's not easy, especially with me and technology. So I'm asking and inviting you to come to the mastermind. You won't regret it. That's a promise.
I love that. And is there a fee to that mastermind? Is there a cost to that?
It's going to be an introduction to me. It's so marginal till I'm embarrassed to mention it, because it's an introduction. It's $25. And you
beautiful.
get the video after the fact, the mastermind, and that's it.
Wonderful. So that's a great way to, sorry.
I made a mistake. No, you're not going to get it. It's $25 to get there, and you'll get whatever, but it's some bonuses and perks, but you won't get the mastermind, because I'm going to make that evergreen after the fact.
Perfect. Well, no, I just wanted to just them to know that they can, find you.
No, I'm glad you asked. I don't mention it because for me, $25 is minuscule, but maybe it isn't to some people, but it'd be well worth your $25. Let me put it that way. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, I see. And I'm thinking, oh, good. I can get all that great and stuff for $25. So it's all in the perspective of how you look at things.
You're going to walk away exploding.
Yeah. I didn't think it cheapened anything. If anything, I was like, whoa, because I know what a powerhouse you are. I'm like, wow, all that for fantastic. And I know, because it's a great way to people to get to know you, know who you are. And it's just like you said, it's a taste of joy. And then you're going to move deeper with you. Awesome. I love that. So I am ready just to kind of wrap this up a little bit. I feel like we've had a beautiful conversation. If there's any final thoughts that you want to share with everybody, I would love that.
Yes, I'm happy to do that, Jill. And thank you. Thank you again. You know, you and I could get together and go on and on and on and on. I think it's a mutual admiration society. And that being the case, here's what I'd love to leave your audience with. It's our time, meaning for women. We have to give ourselves permission. And that's why I say what I'm doing as far as a signature style specialist is more like a movement. I want to support, help, and guide you to find the essence and the core, the power that's innately within you. I had a guest the other night who said in her training with John Maxwell, he said, we all have all the answers within us. That is my belief as well. And so what you have there lying dormant because you're not able to, like Jill said earlier, to find and develop your style, well, it's there waiting for you. And I would love to help you discover it. And we will have fun in the process. And just remember that beauty is everywhere. It's not a size. It's not weight. It's not height. It's not color. It's not education. It's not money. It's a combination of everything. And everyone from a peanut to a watermelon is beautiful. Find your beauty, find your soul, the core of you, and then share it out with the universe. That's what she's asking for. And I said she. I meant she. So thank you.
Powerful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Joy, for being with us tonight. If you'll just hang out for a little bit, I'm just going to say goodbye to my audience.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So thank you, Joy, and thank you all for tuning in for another Women with Mojo conversation. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I know I did. I know I learned a ton, and I can't wait to hear all of the great things that come out of this for you as well. And if you have any women in your life that have an inspiring or motivating story that you think would benefit all of us to share with the women over 40, please let me know about it. And just thanks again for being here. And just remember, we are all women with Mojo.